Okay, let's get started. What day is it? It is the 15th of January 2025. In this video, I'm going to talk about selecting a second telescope. It's something that many of us have had to make decisions around, and that's going to be the focus of this video. And then I'm going to have some updates on some other things that are going on towards the end of the video. Hi, I'm Bill, and welcome to my Astro Vagabond channel. So, a person that I met, a friend, at the 2023 Nightfall in Borrego Springs, California, reached out to me recently, looking to get some thoughts from me on selecting a second telescope. Now, me and her met at Nightfall, and around that time, she was putting her first telescope setup together, and we had some back and forth. I gave her some ideas, but she pretty much had a really good idea on what she wanted to purchase and why she wanted to purchase what she purchased. But we just did a Google Meet, and we bounced some ideas off of each other and those type of things. Now, what she has currently is a William Optics Redcat 71 with a ASI 2600 mm Pro, a 7-position electronic filter wheel with 2-inch filters, kind of future-proofing if you ask me, which is could be a plus. And she's using a ASI Air Plus. And I forget what she happens to have for a mount, but it was a good mount. But when it comes to asking me about selecting a second scope, I went with the Edge HD8 because I wanted to produce some interesting content. I had a refractor, the Zenastar Z61, which I started with, but part of what I was doing over the past 4 years is trying to produce some interesting content. So I know that a lot of people kind of, poo-pooed the idea of beginners starting with an Edge HD8 type telescope. If you hang out at cloudy nights, the mantra is start with a small reflector. And I don't have an argument with that. But, and I did start with a small wide field refractor. But I went with the Edge HD8 just really for producing some interesting content, and I thought follow on I could convert it to the Hyperstar, the Starzona Hyperstar, and those type of things. But now with my telescopes in the remote observatory at Starfront Observatories in Rockwell, Texas, the idea of converting my Edge to the Starzona Hyperstar is kind of off the table, at least for right now. So I didn't think I'm the best person to recommend a second scope, although I can give her some ideas. So I thought it would be interesting if I put this out there that for those of you that have had to make a second scope decision, what went into that decision? How did you make that decision? And so I think there's two opportunities here for you to help. One, you can put some ideas in the comments, and then I can direct her to your comments. Or, come and do a video with me, 5-10 minutes focused on decision making when it comes to a second scope. And those videos will then be available to others that may have the same question, and we can help increase the body of knowledge that they have to work with content directly provided, or ideas and thoughts directly provided that people that had to make this second decision. And so please keep that in mind. Again, you're always welcome to come on to my channel and share ideas you have, or you have a topic, or in this particular case, if you had to make a decision on a second scope, come on, let's talk about it. But at a minimum, if you don't want to go on camera, and I can understand that, put some comments in the comment section, and I can point her to that, and that will be very helpful. So her and I are going to, she's building a list of questions. I gave her some ideas. You know, for me, uh, the way I look at it is it's about your target list. So I started my journey with building a target list, and then that enabled me to have an idea of what focal lengths would be important to capture the targets that are on my list. And so I was able to uh, give her some thoughts around that. And also, the other thing, you know, she wants a fast scope. So she has an RV, so she's mobile. She can go to darker sites. But her time out there is kind of limited, how long she can stay in those dark sites, unlike me now that I have my two telescopes in a Bortle 1 environment on piers at Starfront observatories. Um, so she wants also a fast scope, you know. So again, we're going to meet. We're going to go through her list of questions. Maybe I'll do a follow up video around her questions. But I sure would like to use this means to help her and get a broader perspective than mine. Because again, my second scope decision was really driven by trying to produce interesting content for the channel. Now, I'm glad I purchased the scope I did. I'm glad I went through all the struggles I did with my Edge HD8, with the bad looking stars and everything. But I'm so excited now that the smart hands at Starfront have tuned my scope where my stars are looking good. It's on a pier now. It's not going to get knocked around in the back of my van, so collimation is not going to be required, I think, as frequently, although that remains to be seen, and those type of things. So, all right. So you get the general concept. I'm looking for help so I can help her. Want to give a broader perspective than I can provide. I hope you'll support the effort. Again, either through your comments in the comment section or come on board. Come on, let's do a video. And if it's not on this topic and you have something you really want to talk about or you want to show your work, reach out to me, astrochatterpodcast@gmail.com. The link will be in the video description. Let's set a time and let's do a video together. Okay. So on the second thing that was going on, and that was the project where I was helping this person up in Northern California. Now that my travels are done for a while, I reached out to her to see what the next steps are and to set up a time so we can pick back up on the conversation and actually start to make progress in getting her two scopes up and running. She has purchased the electronic autofocusers, so it seems like she has everything she needs, and I wanted to let her know I'm willing to re-engage if she's still open to that idea, and let's get a plan and get it moving. Other than that, when it comes to Star Front observatories in Rockwood, Texas, and my two scopes being down there, I really haven't done anything other than to ensure reachability. I did some limited imaging on each of the scopes. Everything looks fine. Closed the tickets on the install. I can't speak enough about the smart hands and Nate, the fine job he did, in particular with my gear. So I'm looking forward for the right time relative to the moon and weather to start imaging, and then hopefully in mid-February I'll have enough data where I could start to produce my first images using data collected at Starfront Observatory. So keep an eye out for that. And again, as I start imaging, I will start to produce videos on how do I turn my equipment on remotely, how do I connect to my computers there, and I'll start to produce that content. So if you're interested what it might be like to have your telescopes remote, and in particular in the Starfront observatories, what that process would look like as far as managing them remotely. Finally, I want to say a big shout out to the 4 people who have stepped up and took my data. If you're following the channel, you know I did a video, take my data, but there's a catch. I was offering up my Cygnus loop data, about 22 to 25 hours worth of data. The catch was take the data, process it, but then come on and share your results. And again, in no way is my results the right results. What I think we might see here is based upon how different people process, what tools they may use, and how proficient they may be in the use of those tools, we're going to see variations in the images that are produced. Also, we bring biases when we're processing our images. At least I believe there's the artistic bias of what we think looks right or looks best to our eyes and those type of things. So I think that's going to be fun. I want to thank the 4 people. Again, the data is available if you're interested and you would like to get involved. But again, the catch is after you process the data, you need to come in, show your results. You can talk about what you used, how you used the various processes that were available in the tools that you may have chosen to process the data and those type of things. If you kind of get what's going on here, I am trying to get the community of viewers to get engaged and participate in creating videos with me so I can expand the content to the people that come to view the channel. So it's just not my stuff. There's a range of things that we're doing, that Astronomical Images are doing out there, that I think would be helpful to members in the audience. And I'd sure love for you to come on, whether it's the Cygnus loop data or just talk about, again, things that are important to you or things that you think might help a beginner get up to speed, or whatever it may be related to astronomical imaging. I'm trying to get you engaged to come on and enhance the content that I'm able to provide the viewers of this channel. All right. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say other than clear skies. Thank you for dropping into the channel. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for sticking with the channel. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All the standard stuff that I should probably say more often. Again, thanks, and see you next time.